Hi everyone, today we're reading an article about timeline of national independence. Which countries gained independence from which? So I know normally my videos are just me naming random countries and it's pretty boring, but today you're learning, so woo. And if you hate education, I suggest you click off right now. But this article needs addition, circumstances, whatever, bro, whatever. Alright, this list, okay, let me just get to the list. Basically, in September 3rd, in year 301, very long ago, before 19th century, damn, bro, the Roman Empire and San Marino, actually, yeah, I don't know what any of this means, so these, I guess, are things that countries that gained independence from other empires. So this is a map of the whole Roman Empire. So we've got Britannia and loads of other countries. It even went into what's now called Asia, and it was in year 117 Anno Domini, I think it's called, but we call it Common Era. So now we've got the Carolingian Empire, which is like France, Spain, Netherlands, that stuff, and you haven't got Denmark though, but you've got a bit of Italy, see, and it says the Carolingian Empire, year 800 to year 887, was a Frankish dominated empire in Western and Central Europe during the early Middle Ages. It was ruled by the Carolingian dynasty, which had ruled as kings of the Franks in year 751, and as kings of the Lombards in Italy from 774. In 800, Pope Leo III crowned king. I don't think I can read the rest of this, but yeah, this is the Kingdom of France flag. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm just going to click off that. Kalmar Union, let's see what this was about. So basically it's like Iceland, a bit of UK, and Norway, a bit of Sweden, and a tiny bit of Finland. And wait, hold up, what's that country there? Is that like Canada or something, or Antarctica? Anyway, this is the Kalmar Union. It was a personal union in hold up, I went off it. Scandinavia agreed at Kalmar in Sweden, as designed by Queen Margaret of Denmark. From 1397 to 1523, it joined under a single monarch, the three kingdoms of Denmark, Sweden, and no, stop clicking off. The three kingdoms of Denmark, Sweden, and Norway together with Norway's maritime colonies. Interesting fact there for you. And this is, yeah, if you don't know, that's the Sweden flag, and it was and as you can see here, it's part of the Kalmar Union. Now we've got this. Why was this? Habsburg Spain, which looks nothing like the Spain flag, also known as the Catholic monarchy, was the period of Spanish history. And Spanish Empire from 1516 to 1700. When it was stop clicking. I need to stop clicking off. Okay, no, I actually need to stop. In this period, the Spanish Empire was at the zenith, don't know what that is, of its influence and power. During this period, Spain held many terra. I'm going to assume that's territories. Now we got the Holy... Okay, and that was independent from Portugal. This is the old Portugal flag! Wow. Well, time to move on to the Holy Roman Empire in February 8th, 1649. Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire, also known as the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation. That's a bit long. I'm just going to say HRE. After 1512, was a polity comprising and controlling much of Central Europe and Western Europe, headed by the HRE and characterized by a decentralized political structure. It developed in the I'm going to assume that's either East or Air. And Switzerland, actually. Let's just see the map of it. Oh, there isn't a map of it. It's just the flag. And we've got September the 3rd, 1783, where we have Great Britain. Officially, the Kingdom of Great Britain was sovereign state in Western Europe from 1707 to the end of 1800. The state was created by the 1706 Treaty of Union, ratified by the Acts of Union 1707, which united the Kingdom of England and the Kingdom of Scotland to form a single kingdom. I'm going to assume that's kingdom. And United States was apparently part of the Great Britain, so interesting fact then. Now we've got 19th century to World War I, and it says edit, but I'm not going to click that because... So now we've got Spain, the Spanish Empire. Yeah, we already read that. And actually, Paraguay gained independence from Spain. Good fact. Confederation of the Rhine. So that's like a bit of France and a bit of Ukraine and a bit of like, what's that country? And a bit of Poland. So yeah. The Confederate States of the Rhine, or Rhine Confederation, I'm just going to say RC, was a confederation of German client states established at the behest of Napoleon some months after he defeated Austria and Russia in the Battle of Austerlitz. Its creation okay, so that is Liechtenstein. Yeah, that's its flag, if you didn't already know that. France, actually. The French Empire, retroactively known as the First French Empire, and colloquially as Napoleonic France, was the empire ruled by Napoleon Bonaparte, who established the French hegemony over much of the continental Europe at the beginning of the 19th century. It lasted from 18th of May 1804 to 6th of April 1814. So it lasted for 10 years and a few days. So that's interesting. So we have Netherlands that gained independence, Andorra and Monaco. I mean, I get Andorra and Monaco, but Netherlands is crazy that it used to be part of France. Learn something new every day. Alright, so we have Spain. Spanish Empire, sometimes referred to as the... Oh yeah, we read that. So apparently Argentina... That's not what the Argentinian flag looks like, but whatever. Argentina, Chile and Mexico all gained... That's not Mexico! Stop lying to me. Hold on, let's see Chile. Okay, now that's fine. But those three all gained independence from Spain, which is pretty cool. And Ottoman Empire, which I've only heard the word Ottoman because it's in my lounge. So Ottoman Empire, as known as the Turkish Empire, was a state that spanned much of Southeast Europe, West Asia and North Africa from the 14th century to the early 20th century, centered on modern-day Turkey. It also controlled parts of the Southeast and Central Europe between the early 16th and whatever century. So we have Greece, which gained independence, which is very cool. On September 7th, 1822, this is what the Portugal flag... Wait, that's not a... But then also I'm not saying that this is what the Portugal flag looks like now, but if you see like down here, it doesn't. And this is what the old Brazil flag was, the Empire of Brazil. And Brazil gained independence from Portugal, which is pretty cool. But guess what gained independence from Brazil? Uruguay. So that means Portugal. So that means Portugal technically owned Uruguay if it owned Brazil, which is pretty cool. Actually, no, that was, this was on October 4th, so that was on September 7th, so, and it's like 6 years later, so, okay, so Belgium gained independence from Netherlands. Okay, you know what, I can get that, because they're, like, bordering, and okay, Gran Colombia, also known as Greater Colombia, and officially the Republic of Colombia, was a Colombian state that encompassed much of North and South America, and parts of Central America from 1819 to 1831. Interesting. Also, it includes present-day Colombia, mainland Ecuador, Panama. So we have Colombia. That's not the flag of Colombia. That's Ecuador and Venezuela. So they were all in a empire called Gran Colombia. How many more of these are there? Oh my god, there was so much. I'm not going to go through all of these today. I'm probably just going to go to interwar period to World War II. So yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, here. Central America. Central America, we all know what Central America is, and Costa Rica is in it. So Belgium, Luxembourg had to gain independence from Belgium. Wow, I get that. But hold up, Netherlands owned Belgium at one point, so that means they also owned Luxembourg, which is very cool. Yeah. But Luxembourg probably wasn't a country back then, so. And also, that's not the Costa Rica flag, although it says Costa Rica on it, which is kind of confusing. But so we have Peru, Bolivia Confederation. I don't need to go through this one. Peru, Bolivia, we got it. United States and Liberia were once one and the same. I mean, you can see because that has 50 stars and that has 1 star. So I get why it might be the same. What am I holding right now? Get this out of here. So we've got Spain and Dominican Republic. No, that's crazy, because Spain is nowhere near Dominican Republic, but somehow Dominican Republic gained independence from Spain, which is crazy. Okay, there is no way UK once owned Canada. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. Okay, so Bulgaria was actually in the Ottoman Empire, which is the Turkish Empire I already told you guys about. We know what Central America is. There's Nicaragua. United Kingdom once owned Australia. Nah, bro, that's crazy. United States owned Cuba. Okay, I kind of get it. Colombia owned Panama, which is pretty crazy. Because that means Colombia was also part of Central America and South America. So, I can get this. Sweden once owned Norway. I get that. I honestly get that. But there is no way that United Kingdom owned New Zealand and South Africa. That is crazy. Turkish Empire owned Albania. Kind of sense. Russia owned Finland for some reason, which I can just not imagine. Germany, Austria, Hungary all owned Poland. They must have been fighting for it. And then Austria-Hungary owned Hungary, and to my understanding, Austria. What is this flag? Guys, look at this flag! But I'm probably going to do these ones maybe in the next video. So yeah, see you in the next video, and I hope you learned something today. Bye!